The ability to give without being affected is a powerful reflection of a deeper connection with the divine. It's as though God teaches those who walk this path to act with unparalleled wisdom and prudence, carefully navigating every situation. Silent withdrawal, often misunderstood as weakness or surrender, is actually one of the most profound demonstrations of strength. Those who understand this power know that there is a moment often imperceptible to others when leaving the stage is not only the right choice, but the most empowering one. This final move is not just about walking away, it's a confident, deliberate act that communicates to the world I am at peace within myself, and I trust in divine justice to unfold. When you choose to withdraw silently, you are disengaging from the manipulator's emotional chains, their attempts to draw you into conflict, to get you to react, to break your peace. You make it clear that your inner tranquility is worth far more than any petty dispute. It's an act of liberation that only those who truly know their inner strength can carry out. I've often looked back at moments in my life when this kind of silent withdrawal was required. I recall times when I was caught in an emotional tug-of-war with someone close to me, whether it was a friend, family member, or colleague. There was a burning desire to confront, to set the record straight, to defend myself against the manipulation. But each time I chose to withdraw in silence, it felt like a spiritual victory. It wasn't an escape, as I had once feared it might be. It was a conscious choice to protect my peace, to preserve my emotional energy. And in that silence, I learned that there is a power in not reacting. When you withdraw silently, something almost magical happens. The manipulator who has relied on your reaction to maintain their grip on the situation is suddenly faced with a void. This absence of conflict, this lack of engagement, leaves them disoriented. They try to make sense of why their tactics didn't work, why they couldn't provoke a response from you. Meanwhile, you are already far removed in a place of peace, renewal, and clarity. This creates a lasting impact. It's not just a temporary victory, it's a statement. You've shown that you are not a puppet in their game, that you are free from their control. This silent withdrawal isn't an act of cowardice, it's a reflection of your confidence in yourself and in the divine's plan. The chosen ones understand that true strength lies not in staying in a battle that doesn't serve them, but in knowing when to exit and trust that divine justice will take care of the rest. There's something almost poetic about it, like a river quietly changing its course, not with a rush of noise or turmoil, but with undeniable force. It flows because it knows its path, and its strength is evident in its quiet determination. This act of withdrawal speaks volumes. My peace is non-negotiable. The manipulator might not understand it at first, but that message is felt deeply. It echoes not only in their heart, but in the hearts of everyone who witnesses it. When you leave without fanfare, without drama, you're not just stepping away from the situation, you're declaring your autonomy and your connection to something far greater than any conflict or confrontation. Your identity is not defined by others' approval or validation, it is rooted in the inner peace that comes from knowing who you are and where you stand. But let's be real, it's not easy. There are moments when the urge to clarify, confront, or even seek revenge is overwhelming. It's so tempting to address the hurt, to demand justice on your terms. But the chosen ones understand that this urge is often a trap, an emotional pull designed to keep you entangled in chaos. They know that by withdrawing without a scene, they are preserving their energy, their peace, and their focus. This is where their connection with God becomes their greatest ally. In the silence, they find strength, clarity, and guidance. They move forward with the certainty that truth will eventually come to light at the right time. Silent withdrawal is also an act of self-sufficiency. It shows that you do not need closure from anyone else to move forward. Your peace comes from within. It is not contingent upon external circumstances or the resolution of every conflict. When you choose to walk away, you do so with the understanding that you have an inexhaustible source of spiritual strength, one that empowers you to release what no longer serves your purpose. This departure is not the end of your journey, it's the beginning of a new chapter where you can thrive, free from the shadows of manipulation, Looking back at those moments when I chose silence over confrontation, I realized that each time was a step toward greater personal growth. It was as if I was stepping into a higher version of myself, one that wasn't swayed by external forces or drawn into petty battles. It was in these moments of withdrawal that I found the greatest clarity and strength. And now, when faced with a situation that calls for withdrawal, I no longer fear it. I embrace it, because I know that my peace is a gift I give to myself. And I know that, in the end, it is my connection to something greater than myself that will lead me to victory. If you find yourself in a similar position, feeling manipulated, drawn into unnecessary conflict, or struggling to maintain your peace, remember this: sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is withdraw. Not in fear, not in weakness, but in strength and faith. Trust that your silence will speak louder than any words. Your peace is non-negotiable, and that is the true power of the chosen ones. The journey of the chosen ones is a path built on unwavering faith and trust in a divine purpose greater than any earthly struggle. This connection with God is not merely an abstract belief, it is the very foundation upon which they build their inner strength. It is through this deep spiritual bond that the chosen ones are able to navigate the chaos and challenges of life with discernment and clarity. When faced with manipulation, betrayal, or injustice, the impulse to react with anger or despair may arise, but the chosen ones, guided by their faith, know that these emotional responses will only serve to weaken them. Instead of surrendering to the turbulence of their emotions, they turn to prayer, meditation, and reflection, seeking peace and clarity from the divine. This trust in God is an act of surrender or recognition that there is a higher plan at work, one that transcends human understanding. While the manipulator may rely on clever strategies and manipulative tactics, the chosen ones know that they do not need to act impulsively or emotionally. They understand that God, who sees all, is already at work in their lives, ensuring that truth will always prevail at the perfect moment. It is this trust that gives them the ability to remain calm in the midst of chaos, secure in the knowledge that divine justice is far greater and more reliable than any human effort to control or deceive. Forgiveness, often misunderstood as a weakness, is actually one of the greatest acts of strength the chosen ones can practice. They understand that forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongdoing or forgetting the pain. It is not about condoning manipulation or betrayal. Rather, it is about releasing the emotional burden of resentment and choosing peace over bitterness. In their hearts, the chosen ones know that holding onto grudges only allows the manipulator to continue controlling them. Forgiveness is a choice to free themselves from that control. It is an act of spiritual strength, a recognition that divine justice is relentless, and that those who wrong them will ultimately face the consequences in God's perfect timing. The chosen ones understand that by forgiving, they are not only liberating themselves but also reaffirming their connection with God. They become living reflections of His love, mercy, and compassion, even in the face of the deepest adversity. Forgiveness, in this sense, becomes a tool of empowerment. By choosing not to carry the weight of resentment, they free themselves from emotional chains and align themselves with God's will. This is not an easy path, but it is the one that leads to true peace. The wisdom of silence and patience is deeply embedded in the Scriptures, and the chosen ones embrace these principles as spiritual weapons. Proverbs 19 verse 11 beautifully captures this wisdom. A man's wisdom gives him patience, it is glory to overlook an offense. This verse encapsulates the essence of the chosen one's path. Wisdom allows them to rise above petty provocations and maintain their focus on their greater purpose. Instead of reacting in anger, they choose to respond with inner calm, understanding that their peace is far more valuable than the fleeting satisfaction of a confrontation. The story of David, pursued relentlessly by Saul, serves as a perfect example of this principle. Even when David had the chance to take revenge on Saul, he chose not to retaliate. He trusted in God's justice, knowing that divine timing would exalt him at the right moment. This act of patience and restraint wasn't a sign of weakness, but of immense strength. David understood that by resisting the temptation to act impulsively, he was aligning himself with a higher purpose, one that would ultimately lead to his victory. These biblical stories are not mere historical accounts, they are practical lessons for the present, showing the chosen ones that when they are anchored in God, they become unshakable in the face of life's storms. The world may demand an emotional response, but the chosen ones understand that their power lies in their ability to remain silent, patient, and focused on their true purpose. By doing so, they not only protect their own peace, but also send a message to the world that they are not easily moved by external forces. The journey of the chosen ones is not about avoiding challenges, but about transforming those challenges into opportunities for spiritual growth. Every experience of manipulation, betrayal, or adversity is a chance to refine their faith and deepen their connection with God. Rather than focusing on the temporary losses or the injustices they may face, the chosen ones focus on the greater purpose unfolding in their lives. They know that these trials are shaping them for something greater, something more meaningful than any immediate struggle. In my own life, I've often had to remind myself of this truth: the challenges I face are not just obstacles, but opportunities for growth. There have been moments when the temptation to lash out in anger or frustration has been overwhelming. But each time I've found that silence, prayer, and patience have been the most powerful responses. When I trust in God's timing and His plan, I find peace. I no longer feel the need to react to every provocation, because I know that my true strength lies in my connection with Him. This is the gift of the chosen ones, the ability to stand firm in the face of manipulation, betrayal, and adversity without losing their peace. It is the ability to trust that God is in control, and that His justice will always prevail in the end. The chosen ones know that their purpose is greater than any fleeting moment of conflict or emotional turmoil. They walk through life with a deep sense of calm, knowing that each trial is not just a test, but a tool for refining their spirit and strengthening their connection to the divine. So if you find yourself in a season of trial, of manipulation, or of betrayal, remember this: silence is not weakness. It is not surrender. It is strength. It is a declaration that you are secure in your identity, that your peace is non-negotiable, and that you trust in a higher plan. You do not need to react in the heat of the moment. You do not need to defend yourself, because your identity is not dependent on anyone else's approval or validation. Your worth is already established by the divine, and that is enough. Let go of the urge to control, to prove, or to defend. Instead, trust in God's timing and know that He is at work, shaping you for a greater purpose. The journey of the chosen ones is one of profound spiritual strength, where every trial, no matter how difficult, becomes a step toward fulfilling their divine calling. In the face of emotional, spiritual, or even physical challenges, they remain anchored in the certainty of God's protection. This unwavering assurance that no weapon formed against them will prosper is one of the most powerful testaments to their connection with the Creator. It is not the absence of hardship that defines them, but the inner strength and peace they carry through every storm. The manipulator, limited by their earthly perspective, cannot comprehend the greatness of someone who chooses eternal purpose over fleeting victories. They cannot fathom how the chosen ones continue to stand firm in their faith, knowing that God's hand is constantly guarding them. This protection is not a promise that life will be without struggle, but rather that no challenge they face will ever exceed the strength they have in God. It is this deep, unshakable sense of security that allows the chosen ones to move forward with courage, even when everything around them seems to be falling apart. Their faith gives them the ability to remain steadfast, to choose peace over chaos, and to embrace the knowledge that God is in control of everything, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. One of the most powerful tools the chosen ones possess is their ability to remain silent and withdraw when faced with manipulation or emotional attack. While the manipulator may thrive in a world of chaos, seeking to provoke emotional reactions or distort narratives to maintain control, the chosen one knows that silence is not weakness, it is a profound strategy. When the chosen ones choose silence, They create a void, a space of stillness that the manipulator cannot handle. This silence acts like a mirror, forcing the manipulator to confront their own inadequacies and inner chaos. In the absence of confrontation, the manipulator is left with nothing to exploit, no emotions to twist, and no reactions to fuel their narrative. In this moment, something powerful happens. The manipulator is confronted with their own instability. They rely on creating emotional turmoil, but without a response to latch onto, they are lost. The chosen ones do not need to fight or argue. Their mere presence, and their ability to remain silent in the face of provocation, exposes the manipulator's vulnerabilities. This act of non-reaction is their greatest weapon, for it disarms the manipulator without a single word being spoken. The manipulator finds themselves stuck in a cycle of self-reflection, struggling to comprehend why their tactics have failed. The absence of resistance leaves them directionless and confused, questioning their own approach and even the effectiveness of their strategies. What is often missed in these moments is the subtle yet significant ripple effect caused by the silence of the chosen ones. Like a stone thrown into a calm lake, the absence of reaction creates ripples that extend outward, influencing the world around them in ways that are not always immediately visible. The manipulator, unable to provoke the expected emotional response, begins to question their methods and, on a deeper level, their own motivations. This may not lead to an immediate transformation, but it plants a seed of self-reflection that can, over time, grow into a shift in their behavior and perspective. However, the chosen ones do not rely on this transformation to move forward. They understand that their peace, their purpose, and their journey are not contingent on how others respond or whether the manipulator changes. The chosen ones act in alignment with their essence, their values, and their divine calling, knowing that every action, every choice, no matter how subtle, contributes to the invisible fabric of spiritual reality. They understand that the impact of their silence, their boundaries, and their unwavering focus on their purpose goes beyond what can be seen or measured in the moment. This is why the boundaries of the chosen ones are non-negotiable. Silence and withdrawal are not simply acts of self-preservation, they are powerful declarations. By choosing not to engage in battles that hold no value, they send a clear message that their time and energy are sacred. They refuse to be dragged into the manipulator's game, understanding that their peace and purpose cannot be sacrificed for anything that does not serve their greater calling. In this way, their silence becomes a statement of strength and self-assurance. They are not at the mercy of anyone else's manipulations or emotional turmoil. They stand firm in their truth, knowing that their connection with God is their greatest source of power. This wisdom, the ability to act with discernment and patience, is something that can only be learned through experience and deep spiritual growth. As someone who has navigated many difficult situations where manipulation and provocation seemed overwhelming, I can personally attest to the profound strength that comes from choosing silence. It is not always easy, especially when emotions run high and the urge to confront can be strong. But the peace and clarity that come from stepping back, observing without reacting, and trusting in God's guidance are invaluable. It is through silence that I have often found the greatest clarity, not just about others, but about myself and my true purpose. In the end, the greatest victory is not in proving others wrong or winning every confrontation, but in maintaining peace, staying true to your essence, and trusting that God is guiding you toward your highest good. The manipulator may have control over the moment, but the chosen ones understand that their strength lies in their ability to stay centered, to move in alignment with a higher purpose, and to trust that in the end, truth will always prevail. And when they choose to walk away, they do so with the certainty that their silence has already delivered the most powerful message. They are not easily moved, and their peace is not for sale. The path of the chosen ones is marked by a deep, unshakable sense of peace and strength that stems from their unwavering connection with the divine. This inner peace, though often misunderstood as indifference or passivity, is in reality a powerful declaration of their spiritual superiority. It is a strength that comes not from reacting to every provocation, but from the ability to remain calm and steadfast, regardless of external chaos. When the manipulator intensifies their tactics, trying desperately to regain control, the chosen ones remain unmoved. The harder the manipulator pushes, the more apparent their own fragility becomes. It's as if the manipulator's attacks bounce off an invisible barrier, unable to penetrate the chosen one's serenity. This silence, this refusal to engage in emotional warfare, becomes an impenetrable fortress that deflects every attack. In this moment of stillness, the manipulator begins to unravel, revealing their own vulnerabilities. Their strategies lose their effectiveness as they are confronted not by a forceful resistance, but by an unwavering calm. This is the spiritual victory of the chosen ones, not in overpowering the manipulator, but in remaining unshaken in their peace, secure in their connection with God. The chosen ones don't need to prove their strength or defend their dignity. Their confidence comes from a deep understanding of their purpose, which transcends pride, ego, or the need for validation from others. Their identity is anchored in their connection with the divine, and this connection allows them to navigate challenges with grace and poise. They walk through life with a quiet assurance, knowing that their dignity and their mission are unassailable, regardless of what others may say or do. This sense of inner security is not a passive state, but an active reflection of their deep spiritual alignment. In moments of trial, the chosen ones don't engage in the manipulator's emotional games, because they recognize that doing so would only concede power that does not belong to them. They understand that true strength lies in controlling their reactions and staying true to their essence. This quiet confidence, often misunderstood by others, is a hallmark of a soul at peace with itself and its creator. The chosen ones do not need to shout or argue to assert their worth. They simply are. Their presence alone speaks volumes about their spiritual foundation. The ability to maintain this inner peace is cultivated through intentional practices like prayer, meditation, and reflection. These practices are their sanctuary, a space where they connect with God and protect their souls from the chaos of the outside world. The chosen ones understand that the world can be turbulent, but their peace need not be compromised. Even as everything around them falls apart, they remain unshaken. This state of calm is not a passive retreat, it is an active, conscious choice to remain anchored in divine peace. It is their shield against negativity, their compass in the storm, and their source of unyielding strength. This quiet resilience has a profound impact on others. Observers are drawn to the chosen ones, not because of their strength in confrontation, but because of their ability to remain focused and centered in the midst of the storm. When others see someone who can navigate life's challenges without losing their way, they are reminded of the power of mastering oneself. The chosen ones become living proof that true strength is not in shouting louder or reacting impulsively, but in acting with wisdom, patience, and a connection to something greater than oneself. One of the most powerful lessons the chosen ones teach is the freedom that comes with releasing everything that no longer serves their higher purpose. They let go of fears, expectations, and relationships that keep them anchored to the past, trusting that God will provide everything they need at the perfect time. This detachment is not about renouncing life or disconnecting from others, it is about embracing the ultimate form of freedom, living authentically, aligned with one's divine purpose. It is in this space of surrender that they find true peace and power. I have personally found that the more we release attachment to the need for control or validation, the more space we create for peace and purpose to flow into our lives. Detachment isn't about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about not allowing external forces to dictate your inner state. This lesson has been crucial for me in navigating life's challenges. When I let go of the need to control the outcome, I found that things always work out in ways that are better than I could have imagined. This detachment allows the chosen ones to prioritize peace, dignity, and purpose over unnecessary battles. They choose intentional actions over impulsive reactions, leaving behind a legacy of wisdom and transformation for others to follow. The journey of the chosen one serves as a reminder that spiritual victory is not achieved through direct confrontation or emotional outbursts. It is achieved through trust in a higher purpose and the quiet, strategic decisions made from a place of inner peace. Each moment of silence, each decision to withdraw strategically, reaffirms their commitment to something greater than themselves. This is not about avoiding challenges but facing them with a sense of calm certainty, knowing that divine justice will always prevail. Ultimately, the chosen ones understand that the power to transform any situation lies within themselves. Their strength is not in reacting impulsively, but in maintaining their peace, grounded in the knowledge that they are aligned with a divine, unshakable force. They are the living embodiment of spiritual strength, showing us that true power is found not in control, but in surrender to God's plan. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to reflect on how you can embody these qualities in your own life. Remember, it's not about avoiding conflict or challenges, but about moving through them with wisdom, trust, and peace. Embrace your divine connection and let it guide you through every storm. And if you're seeking further guidance on this journey, I invite you to subscribe and join our community where we explore these truths together. I encourage you to share this video with others who may need to hear this message. Together, we can build a strong and united community of chosen ones because when we stand together, we become an unstoppable force. Leave a comment below to share how you're overcoming your own spiritual battles. Your story could inspire someone else who is struggling, offering them hope and strength in their journey. I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to all of you who support us through Buy Me a Coffee. Your contributions help us improve our videos and continue to create content that serves you, our community, in the best way possible. If you'd like to support us and help make a difference, the link is available in the first pinned comment below. I truly appreciate your presence here. It's your engagement, your stories, and your support that keep this community thriving. If you're looking to deepen your journey, I invite you to explore the recommended video that's appearing on your screen now. Or if you'd like, continue exploring the Secrets of the Chosen Ones playlist. Each episode is carefully designed to guide you further into your true essence, unlocking the immense power and potential that lies within you. Thank you for being part of this incredible community. Your energy and commitment mean the world to us. I believe we are all capable of overcoming anything that comes our way, as long as we remain connected to our higher purpose. Keep going, stay grounded in your truth, and never forget that you are supported by something far greater than any challenge. As we close, I wish you strength, light, and guidance on your path. May your journey be filled with clarity and divine wisdom. I'll see you in the next video. Keep shining, and until next time, remember you are never alone.